first tutorial for posting on our wonderful new website, ukfgc.com. Now it's WordPress, which for people who use it, this might seem a touch patronizing, but it actually isn't, because each WordPress theme is slightly different. For you new guys, well, here's your introduction. So after you've logged in with the logins which I'm going to give to you guys, you'll come to this screen. As you can see up here, on this column here on the left, you've got posts, media, links, pages, comments, so on and so on. What you're most interested in, if you're being just a writer doing blog posts, which most of you will be, is the posts. So this is very simple once you get your head around it. So we start by going to posts here. And if you see, it's got all posts, add new, categories and tags. Now the only two things you're going to be interested in will be all posts and add new post. If I go to all posts quickly, you will see it's pretty much on seal. It says what it is on the tin. You can see all of the posts in here so far by people like myself, Luke, Richard, Jamar, so on and so forth, Brian, blah blah blah. So this page here is just where all the posts are. If you ever have to go back to a post you want to edit or change something, I thought I'd show you that first. But for now, that's not what you're interested in. So what you want to do is basically go to posts, and you've got two ways of doing this. You've got add new here or add new here, which is pretty much what you want because you want to add new post. So you go ahead and click add new post. Now this system is actually very easy. There's a few steps which you have to take. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through the mandatory steps first. Now some WordPresses will give you a visual mode and switch between a visual mode and a HTML mode or a text mode, but to be honest, the visual mode isn't that great, and we've discovered over time that it actually messes up. A lot of the functions don't seem to work, like changing title headers, changing color of titles, so on and so forth. And when you switch between the two, you do get a few issues. So this WordPress has no visual mode, and every user has had their visual mode thing disabled by myself, because it can really lead to a load of problems which are just annoying to fix. So this is code. Now it might seem a bit daunting at the beginning, but once you get your head around it, it is very easy. So I'm going to start with basically the mandatory things you have to do. Now you being a writer, a blog poster, you have to do the following. Here you will have custom sidebar, and this is very important. This must be clicked onto in blog post. Now what that is that each page has a sidebar, and with all the relevant widgets to a post will be found in this blog sidebar. You have to tick this on. If you don't, you get a different sidebar which doesn't really work very well with the blog post. So the first thing you need to do is go to in blog post sidebar. By the time you guys see this, it could be a few other sidebars in that drop down, but for now you won't see it. So the only one you'll see right now is in blog posts. Very important. Second thing, which is very important, is the categories here. You must click on news page. Those two have to be the most two vital things which even I sometimes forget. So the trick is to do them first. So once you've got this one done and this one done, you can move over to this side of the page. It's pretty simple. You have a title, which is basically the name of the post. So I'm going to call this my post. Now obviously this will be something which is relevant and logical to the post you're doing. So obviously that's the title, very simple. Now you come down here, basically, and this is where you type. So you can type like so in here. Very simple. Simple. Now obviously putting type in is one thing, but I want to add pictures and videos and so on and so forth. This is where it becomes slightly more interesting. So first things first, we're going to add a picture. Now what I tend to do is always, whenever you want to add a new picture, always go to a new line. If not, go to two new lines, like so there's a gap. So to add a picture, I'm going to go to add media. Everything you want to add, pictures, well no, to tell you the truth, to add pictures, you click the add media button. To add YouTubes, that'll be another tutorial another time, which I think Shin will be doing, Richard. But for now, I'm just showing you how to add pictures and add the important sorry, you have to add the important feature image to your post to make it look uniform to the rest of the site. But gentlemen, it's very, very easy. So go to add media. Sorry, in fact, before you can add media, there's a few things we can tell you about this site. Basically, the images in the site are 600 pixels minimum. Now, sorry, 600 pixels wide minimum, which might seem like a lot. So I was going to go to here and I'm going to put this in here. Right, and I say, look, 600 pixels minimum. All right, minimum. Remember that. So what I want to do when it comes to adding a picture, your best friend is Google. So I've gone into Google, but I'll go from the beginning. So let's go to Google search, and I'm going to type in Dudley Street Fighter 4. As you hear the music in the background, so I thought we'd keep it all in check, you know what I mean? So alright. So I'm going to basically search for Dudley Street Fighter 4, or whatever your project, whatever your post is about. I guarantee you'll find an image which will fit. So basically, go to Google, go to images, type in, as I've written, Street Fighter 4 Dudley. Now you'll get the obvious Dudley image results, but something which you guys should take note of is here, search tools, and this is where that 600 minimum will kind of come into play very well here. What I would say is, see, the system will resize any picture over 600 pixels wide. It will make it 600 pixels wide. So you want to get images which are wider than 600. So the best thing to do is to click search tools, go to any size like so, then go to exact. Well, no, go to larger than. Let's go larger than 1024:768. Now you'll tend to get hopefully some screenshots. Yeah, you can see, look, screenshot, screenshot, and if you put your mouse over each screenshot, you will see it actually's got this one here. It's got 1264 by 711. So that's 1264 pixels wide, which is pretty much double the size we need. Remember, when you're doing graphics, the bigger the better. So anything which is 700 and up is the best. WordPress will automatically resize the pictures to fit. So I'm going to pick this one here. So this is, no, I'm going to pick this one here, which is 1280:720, which is actually a raw screenshot of the actual game resolution. So click there, then go to view original image. You get the image just by itself. Then go to save as, and save it into a logical place on your computer that you will have. So I don't know, you might have ukfgc downloads, picture files, blah blah blah. Just put it in a place where you can find it quickly. So I'm going to save it in my downloads folder. As you can see, I'm a Mac user, but this is exactly the same principle on a PC, despite the operating systems are slightly different. But WordPress works the same regardless. Unless you're a Linux user. If you're a Linux user, I don't know, but who's Linux anyway? So I'm going to save this image and give it probably a decent name. So I'm going to call it Duds SF4. And if you're going to have multiple ones, I'm going to say 01. Then save it. So save it in any manner which you like, where you can find it quickly. So once that's done, we then go back to Add New Post in WordPress. Now this is where the Add Media button comes into play. So go to click Add Media, and you've got two choices. You'll see here all the images that my brother and myself have already put into this site so far. Don't worry too much about it. Now you can do it one of two ways. You can either click on Upload Files. So Upload Files? That's right. And then this prompt appears. You can either drop the file by dragging it on there or select the file. I'm going to select the file. Then I'm going to go to the relevant folder which I saved the image in, which is downloads. And there it is, say duds sf401.jpg. So then go to open. What WordPress will now do is that it will import the picture, and it's very clever here. It gives you a few choices. Now, if you see here, it's got attach display settings. Now on yours this might be different. What you need to do is the following: set this alignment to none, set link to none. Now full size, if you change it to medium, this is very important. Can you guys see that? it has automatically changed the image width from the original size, which was 1280, to 600, because it was bigger than 600. So it does the resizing for you. Also did the height proportionally. So all you've got to worry about is getting pictures bigger than 600 all the time. Simple as that. If you can't make or get an image which is bigger than 600, just drop me or Richard or one of the other designers on the team a quick Facebook message or an email. We can source the pictures, but I'm pretty sure through Google, and it's not rocket science. So basically what you want to do, and this is important, once you've clicked your image with a tick here like so, you want to go to, remember, you want alignment, none, link to, none, and this is most important, make sure that this size is on medium, then go insert into post. Now you will see, wow, you're now seeing loads and loads of code. Now this is not as daunting as it seems, right? Because if you actually look at it, it's quite logical. When you set an image, it's called image. Basically, it's looking for the image source. So this IMG, as in image, then SRC, as in source. And if you can see, it's put it into a folder on keep doing that, ukfgc.com in the WP content folder, in an uploads folder, 2013. All you gotta say, don't worry about that, but you can see this, uploaded it to our site. All you have to do here is basically, a lot of this is redundant. You need to delete all the way from the end here to this speech mark, delete it, and just put that left arrow, which is basically shift, and it's the key, which is obviously next to the M, or 2 next to the M. So that's all you need. Now, if you want to see what you're doing, you can go to preview. It should open it in a new tab, and you will now see that the image I've grabbed from Google. Just give it 1 second. My internet's not the quickest today. As you can see, straight away, it's put in the correct Lilith sidebar, which is very important. This Lilith, ukfgc.com needs you. That has to be there. And look, straight away, your title, my post, has gone in there. It's done by me. As you can see, it builds a lot of this for you. So this is the kind of foundation, the basics to how you do this. So what you can do now is, that's how you see what you're doing. So go back to your other, basically it should open the preview in another tab. Go back to your original tab, and then what you want to do is, if you want to carry on, so I'm just going to type gobbledygook, or imagine that you're typing properly, so on and so forth. You can see it's all underlined in red because it doesn't know what words it is. Just make sure your grammar and your spelling is correct. That is a beautiful sense of irony. We all know that, look at Unequal Media, so many of the posts are full of mistakes. So please, gentlemen, please, 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 read. Because sometimes my brother and myself are quite the victim of that and don't do that. So it's a bit of an irony telling you to watch your spelling, but please, watch your spelling and your grammar. Okay, think of it as simple word processing, simple as that. So obviously, if you want to see it as what you're doing, you can always go to preview, and it should automatically update your preview tab. So again, my internet's not the quickest today, unfortunately. Let's wait for it to load. Okay, go back your preview tab. You can see, look, it's adding as I'm going along. So if you want to add another image, so now I'm going to go back to Google again. I'm just going to grab another Dudley image. So again, this one, look, 1,311. Basically, because I put it larger than 1024.768, none of the images will ever be 600. And the thing is, most of the time, the bigger the image quality, the better. You shouldn't really go for an image which is smaller and make it bigger. That's when you get blurred and you get image distortion. It's always better to get a big image and reduce. So I'm going to take this wonderful shot of Dudley smacking Saget right in the chops. Okay, so again, just go to click the image which you like, then go to view original image, and it should put the image in the screen by itself. Again, go to save it, save as, like before. call it something logical, probably just follow suit. So the first one was duds SF401. I'm going to call this one duds SF402. I'm going to save. Then go back to WordPress. And I want to add another image. And always take note, gentlemen, I'm always leaving a blank line because this looks neater in the finished product. So I'm going to go to add media again. And I'm going to go to upload files. Or what you can do, if you've got, like me, you've got a screen big enough, you've got your window open on the left, you actually can click and drag direct onto here, like so. See that plus and let go, and then it will upload it directly like that. So you can either drag like so, or just go to upload file here. And again, by now it should remember your last settings. If it hasn't, remember, you make sure the alignment is on none, the link to is on none, and the size is on medium. So a medium like so. And also make sure that only one of these is ticked on. Look, if you tick on 2, you can actually tick on... Oh no, you can't. No, you can. You can sometimes tick on 2. If you look down here, look, it's got selected... Right, if you hold, I think it's shift. Yeah, you can select 2. You don't want that. See, look, when I held shift, look, it's got a tick here and a tick there. Not good, not good. You don't want to insert 2, you want to insert 1. See, down here it's got 2 selected. So what you can do is, based on the one you don't want, just go back up to the arrow and look, it turns to a straight line like a minus. You can deselect it. And you see at the bottom it's got 1 selected. So again, alignment none, link to on none. It's on medium, so it's taken that image which was over 1,000 in width, it's made it 600. Again, insert into post, and then we put the new one. And again, it's got all this gumph you do not need, so you can delete all of this to here, like so. Delete it all. Now again, guys, this might seem a bit daunting, and for you who are familiar with WordPress, you might think, what the hell is this all about? But this saves us. All of that nonsense I'm doing, see all that alt, width, align, it creates bad padding around the image, and it can make, you can get really big spaces underneath your images, which make it look really, really untidy. So I don't know why WordPress puts all that stuff in there, but you delete it. So all you need is basically that. So it's, which I call, the arrows are called open statement. So it's, for each image, it's open statement, image source equals the address of the image. So in this case it is ukfgc.com/wp content/blah blah blah. And that's it. Make sure that you do not delete that speech mark or the close statement or the right arrow. Delete that and it will not work properly. But again, to always preview what you're doing. So if you go back to preview, you can see now, as I type, images at the right size are beginning to appear. You'll also notice, see this share here, tweet and like, that's automatic. Again, all this up here, March the 11th, the date, the author, and who it's edited by, automatic. All you're concerned about is basically this section here and where you begin to type. So as you can see, you're gradually putting images in. Okay, so let's go back to what we're doing. Let's say you want to do a link to an external website, for instance, a YouTube or whatever, or Facebook or a Twitter page. What you do is simply, what I tend to do, it's quite, let's pick some, let's say Twitter. Let's just say this was done by Show Dragon, for instance. Let's say unequaled media. Let's say, right, so visit unequaled. But gentlemen, everyone keeps telling me that it's spelt wrong, and it's not. It's spelt 2 ways. And in England, and I think Australia, it's spelt with 2 L's. In America, it's spelt with 1. So anyway, so visit unequaled media Twitter page. Now again, so go to, I'm going to now open up another tab. I'm going to go to my Twitter page. Bear with me. So it's twitter.com/unequal media. Grab that whole address completely. Just copy, select it, copy it. Go back to your WordPress. What you want to do is select this here, highlight it, and then go to link, obviously because it's a hyperlink. So you click link, and this, very simple. You just basically delete that and paste in your link. Make sure you've got your http:// in there, or your your www. Make sure it's got http in there. You have to do that, otherwise the link will not work. Now, here's a rule of thumb. If you want to link, now listen very carefully to this, guys. If you want to link to an external place that takes you away from ukfgc.com, please open it in a new window. If you want it to link somewhere inside the site, maybe you might want to link to a stream page or another page. Please do not. Internal links can open in the same window. External links, a new window. Because the last thing I see this on a lot of websites. You click on a link and it takes you out the site. Not good. So when it comes to external links, please, if it takes you away to another site, click open a new tab, as we're doing here with this Twitter. Now, again, it's all code. It does seem really daunting to someone who's never seen it before, but all you have to do is every line you do, just go to preview. Simple as that. And the preview will show you exactly what you're doing. I know other WordPresses have a visual mode, but say switch between the visual modes and the text mode, HTML mode, really does screw up your post. So if you now look, again, we should have, visit Unequal Media's Twitter page, and because I set it to go to a new window, which it's known as target_blank if you're familiar with HTML rules, but if you're not, that's basically just opening a new window. So when you click on it, it will actually open in a new tab, like so, not actually taking me away from the site. So I can go back, as you can see it's still there. So, right, as you can see, we're now gradually building up a very simple set of images and text. See, it's not that daunting after all, is it? So the most important thing, once you got to this point, is a feature image. And you probably see, I'm going to open this in a new tab. The feature image is actually when you're on the news feed page, or the posts are, it's actually the little, I call it thumbnail, the little image which accompanies your post. Now, every single post must have an image, guys. It must. We don't want to have posts with no images. So, and what I'm showing you now is the easiest way. If you're a dab hand with Photoshop or a photo editing tool, and you can basically make images which are 600 wide, by all means do so. But as you can see, look, everyone has a thumbnail, and this thumbnail is known as the feature image, and the feature image is 600 wide as well. So what you want to do is, a lot of the time, is to grab any screenshot which is relevant, because it's roughly, as you can see, look at this, not these ones, but if you look at this Proving Grounds Moment 54, as you can see, that is actually roughly the same size as an image you get off Google. So make sure you get one roughly that size. But again, WordPress is your friend because it automatically will resize a feature image to fit. So, okay, so to set your feature image, it's quite simple. Down here, you've got feature image, set feature image. And what you can do is that you can use the same image if you want from the two images used before. But in this case, I'm actually going to go to Google again, because Google is your friend, Google Images. Let's go to Google Images again. And I'm going to find, I myself like to have a different feature image to the first image you see. So bear with me while my computer is doing what it's doing. So I'm going to grab this one here of Mr. Dudley looking very menacing. So bear with me. And you notice I'm always going for the landscape type image. Don't bother going for a portrait one at all. It just doesn't fit. It's just physics. So always try. In fact, a lot of the time you do get decent landscape images which are rough. As you can see, each one of these images is roughly, look, this Dudley, big no-no. This Dudley, big no-no. Even that square is a big no-no. But look, something like this one here. And again, look, 1264 by 711. Again, much bigger than 600. So all you do is you click on it to your preview. This is interesting how YouTube has changed Google's changed recently. This took me a bit of time to get used to, but always click on view original image and you get the image by itself. And again, you can save the image. And this time, if you're understanding what you're saving, and you call it whatever you want, but if you want to just be consistent for your own mind, you can just call this, because it's a feature image, so call this just feature, if you want, or feature IMG or feature image, so you know exactly what you're doing. Save again, go back to your post you're doing. Now, I'm going to, again, upload the file. This time I'm going to just, see there's numerous ways, look, I'm doing it another way now. Now I'm going to drag it onto here, like so, and it goes dark blue. Let it go, and you'll see the system will start to process the image. Just wait for it. And again, with feature image, this is slightly different. If you notice down here, look, all of them alignment and size, it's not there. It's not broken. This time round, the feature image is very considerate, and it will change it for you completely. So all you got to do is upload your image, then set as feature image down here. And to see that you're successful, it's very considerate again, it actually shows you when you've got a successful feature image. I can't see it. Let's try that again. Sometimes it can do this. This is great, isn't it? I'm showing you guys a demonstration. It's not actually working. Sometimes it does slow down. One second, gentlemen. I have no, there you go. Took its time. Okay. So then you go to set feature image, and hopefully it should work this time. There you go. And you can see, right, the feature image is down here. And that simply will appear. Now, when you go to preview, you won't see it. Now, to go to preview, this is one time when the result of the preview you do not see. But in a way, you don't need to, because once it's down there, that's kind of proof in the pudding that your feature image is set. So as you can see now, I've placed some screenshots, a type, I've inserted a link, like so. If you want to make certain things bold or italic, which is what we do only, you can just simply select and click bold. Now, it does do everything in a code, and if that's daunting for you, anything you do, just go to preview. But as you keep doing this, you begin to learn what the code is, and it's not hard. It's not hard at all. Now, I mean, when I first started to do it, I was a bit wow, I was a bit taken back, but always preview. So look, I've made, can you type? So you can type bold. You can see, look, it's bold. So before you go, so double check that your post is all in check, like so. It's got this Lilith ukfgc needs you. I'm going to show you if you don't tick that on. I'm going to change this back to what it was, which was default. We're going to publish. No, sorry, not publish. No way. Let go. I'm going to preview again. And this is actually the wrong sidebar. As you can see, look, it's the wrong sidebar. We don't want that sidebar. So it's way too long. And we're trying to keep looking in. We always want the left-hand column, the left-hand side of the site to be shorter than the right-hand side of the site. So that was one. So that's why I always said to you at the beginning, change this to the in blog posts. Once everything is set, your links are done. Remember, if you do want to link to other pages in the site, very simple. Go to the site, open it in a new tab, and go to, for instance, I'm going to go to UK, Unique UK. This is an example. So click on it, and this is all about copying the address bars out of the address. The address is at the address bar. So look, we know that this is the address. I'm going to copy this. This is the address for Unique UK. Let's say I want to just link to it. Hypothetically, I want to link to it as an example. So go to Unique. I can't spell. Unique UK. Again, select all of that because that's what you want to click on. That's what the link to what you want the link to be. Click on link, paste the link in like so. But this time, because it's actually inside the site, I'm going to tick off open in new window. And now I can preview one more time just to be triple safe. But you might be familiar with this by now. You don't need to actually check it this much. So just wait for the preview to load. So again, now you can see we've got go to Unique UK, and I'm not going to click on it, but that will actually take. Yeah, I will click on it. As you can see, it didn't open in a new tab this time because it's part of our site, so there's no need to. I'm just going to go back to that. So that is pretty much how to insert images and to format text correctly in the text mode, and how to do basic blog posts. Once you're all happy with that, you go to the magic publish. Simple as that. So make sure that it's on news page. That's in blog posts. This is all correct. Go to publish. And the great thing is, when you now go to, I obviously got the site. You can always visit the site now. I'll show you what it does now. What it does a few things. One, it puts the latest post on the home page in date order. You can see, look, my post here, and then obviously you click on it. It's also put it in the news feed as the latest bit of news, as the latest post as well. As you can see, look, my post. This one is put the author name, the time as well, like so. You hit the jump or click on the image, it will take you into the post you've done. Internet is a bit slow today. And once you're in, there you go, with the correct sidebar with Lilith. ukfgc.com needs you. And there's your images. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do a basic post with images. We'll be going on to how to insert YouTubes and other things in a later video. So this is the first video. Sorry for being so long. For those of you who know of this, you can just skip through it, and I will say that to you. But that's how it's done. There is no visual mode in this version of WordPress. You guys, what we've got test version, which you guys can go crazy on, but that's how you do posting. Anyway, gentlemen, happy posting. It's a new revolution.